This video is a recap on using the Mirror Modifier to speed up modelling times. So what the modifier basically does is it allows you to model one side of an object, and Blender will then automatically mirror the other side of it and make the other side of the object, so you don't have to make the whole object. So to see this in action, I'm just going to put any shape I want in to begin with. So I'm going to create, and I'll just put a UV sphere in. And you can see there, I've got a UV sphere. Now, I don't want it in this 3D view because that's going to make it a bit difficult to select stuff. So I'm just going to go to View, Quad View, and I'm going to use this top view here. Now, what I want to do is delete half of this sphere. So we've basically got half a ball left over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to edit mode, because I want to select some vertices, make sure I've got vertices turned on down here. Then I'm going to go to select, deselect, and then I'm going to go to select and border select, which should allow me to draw a box. And I'm going to come almost up to the halfway point. Okay, so I'm not going to cross the border. Now you'll see instantly that what's happened is it's selected part of the cube, part of the sphere, but it's not selected all the way through. It's only selected what I can see on this viewpoint here. So what I need to do before I do that, so let's just select, deselect all. What I need to do is I need to change the quality of my view. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to go down to wireframe. And as you see wireframe, you can see all the way through the object, and so can Blender. So if I go to select, border select, and if I select exactly the same thing now, almost up to the blue line, you can see it's selected almost half of the sphere, which is what I want. I don't want to select down this central hemisphere around here. So once I've got these, I can just press delete on the keyboard and delete the vertices. And you can see what I've got is, if I come back to, so if I come out of quad view, and I can actually go back, so I can come down here and change it back to solid view so we can see it a bit more clearly. So I've got half a sphere. So what I'm going to do is apply a modifier to this. So if you can't see it, just pull the side panel out a little bit, and you'll see the spanner is the modifier. And what I'm going to do is make sure I'm in object mode, add modifier, and if I come down here, mirror. And you'll see what it's done is it's put the other half of the sphere in. Now if that doesn't happen, you need to play around with these settings over here to make sure, because these will determine which of these axes it mirrors along. So depending on how you've got your scene set up, it will play slightly differently. So what I'm going to do now, go back into edit mode, and you'll see that the half the sphere that's been created, I can't edit. Okay, you can see it's just there. So if I then come into our normal edit mode options and click on, say, a vertex, if I pull it out on one side, you can see it pulls out on the other side. Do that again. And obviously I can do this with edges if I wanted to. And of course faces. So I can very quickly distort an object, and it's mirrored along that axis. Now, because it's a modifier, that means that we can leave it as it is, but at some point we're going to want to confirm that we're finished with the model, and we're going to want to get the whole thing back to being a full-size mesh. So what we do, make sure we're still on the modifiers tab, and you'll see down here, it's here, mirror, it just about appears there. And if you click apply, what will happen is all that will go back to being a normal object. So if I click apply, so come out object mode and apply, and if I come back into edit mode now, you can see it's just a normal object, and anything I do to it now, so for instance, clicking on that makes absolutely no difference to the other side of the model.